The French far-right leader, that is, a leader opposed to mass Muslim migration and French cultural and political suicide, Marine Le Pen, has been ordered by a French court to undergo a psychiatric examination in order to discover whether or not she is capable of understanding remarks and answering questions. Now, why is there this doubt as to Le Pen's mental competence? Because she tweeted out gruesome propaganda images from terror group ISIS that showed the bodies of people having been executed by the so-called Islamic State. And why did she do that? Out of a lurid fascination with blood and gore, or some secret sympathy for the Islamic State's Jihad? No, she tweeted out those images because her party was being likened to the Islamic State in the French media. In a bid to bring the national discussion back to some semblance of sanity, she pointed out, by means of visual aids, that her party was not behaving in the same way as the Islamic State behaves, and not leaving a trail of bloodshed and death in its wake. But that meant nothing to the French authorities, who were desperate to destroy her movement, and any and all opposition to their globalist, socialist, open borders agenda. She was charged with circulating violent messages that incite terrorism or pornography or seriously harm human dignity. And now, according to the local, as part of their investigation, it appears magistrates in Nanterre, near Paris, have ordered Le Pen to visit a psychiatrist for an expert assessment. Adding to the Orwellian flavor of the whole scenario was the fact that this order was issued on September 11th. You thought it would stop with the defaming and deplatforming of foes of jihad terror? No. Soviet-style judgments of insanity are next. And what will come after that? The answer is clear enough. Le Pen is still trying to inject a note of sanity into this fantastically insane public discourse, stating, "I thought I had been through it all." Well, no. For denouncing the horrors of Daesh, that is ISIS, by tweets, the justice system has referred me for a psychiatric assessment. How far will they go? How far indeed? Le Pen is defiant. She says, "Of course I will not go to this psychiatric assessment, and I will wait to see how the magistrate intends to force me." Indeed, we're all waiting. Now that the French authorities have begun to engage in the Soviet tactic of branding their opposition mentally incompetent, what other Soviet tactics will follow? Will thuggish security personnel knock on Le Pen's door at 3 in the morning and drag her off to a prison cell and physical and psychological torture? Will she end up in a camp where the truncheon will be employed liberally until she emerges re-educated, loving Big Brother and proclaiming that Islam is a religion of peace and tolerance that has nothing whatsoever to do with terrorism? These kinds of scenarios are not hysterical fantasies anymore, if they ever were. If Le Pen is ordered to undergo psychiatric examination for the completely sane act of opposing the Islamic State and refuting claims that her movement is like it, then all bets are off. France, like Britain, where the police are devoting themselves to tracking down not just hate crimes, but non-crime hate incidents, i.e. thought crimes, while actual crime rates skyrocket, is rapidly descending into totalitarianism, and there is no telling where it will end. If thoughts that dissent from the leftist establishment agenda can be prosecuted and declared to be evidence of insanity, then the door has been opened to all the rest of the features of the reign of terror that always accompanies the rule of the hard left. And so we will soon see. Will French authorities indeed come after Le Pen and enforce this order? Will she be imprisoned for refusing it? Will others who declare that Islam is not a religion of peace and that mass Muslim migration into Europe is unwise be likewise declared insane and carted off to hospitals or prisons? Will France and other Euro-socialist autocracies open gulags for those who dare to say that jihad terror is something that decent people should oppose? Le Pen also stated, "It's really incredible. This regime is really starting to worry me." You and me both, sister. I'm Robert Spencer, a Shulman Fellow for the David Horowitz Freedom Center and Director of Jihad Watch. This video has been brought to you by the Center for Security Policy.